I'm here to talk about negotiations, and I'm here to provide a few tips and techniques to use while negotiating. You may have heard of this, but it's always best to negotiate high. You want to keep relationships going, but it doesn't hurt to initially start with a high offer and then anchor down until you find a buyer. Or if you're a buyer, you could do the same thing. You could low ball at first and then kind of like anchor your way up. That should be fine as long as you are able to back up the reason as to why your price is high or why your price is low. And then the second thing too is you want to um when you get offered something, you want to offer a trade-off. You don't want to like lower the price or like increase the price or your willingness to pay. You want to offer different kinds of trade-offs that exist. For example, if I'm selling this phone, I could and then someone get offers me for $50 less than the listing price. I could like do it without like no accessories or chargers. So that's kind of like alternatives within trade-offs. And then the third thing is you want to express your source of power. This is true especially if you are in a party where you have the upper hand. So typically like with uh buyers or the party that has to pay the money in like the employers, they typically have the upper hand. So you wanna always express your source of power, and then the your counterpart would determine really how desperate you are. And then that just puts more pressure on your counterpart. And then the last thing you want to do is be firm on your reservation price and know that your reservation price is always going to be better than your BATNA. And then what BATNA mean? Reservation prices are like your willingness, your minimum willingness to pay, and then your BATNA is like your alternative if you don't make the deal. So just be firm, and then you're not entitled to make a deal. It's definitely easy to to fall to temptations or be pressurized by something. Definitely. And then lastly, when you're negotiating, you want to provide information that you want to provide insight that provides new information and insight to your counterpart, so your counterpart would be convinced. You want to use a good chunk of logos, ethos, and pathos to support your reasoning. But if you don't see, if you and your counterpart don't really see eye to eye, it's best to kind of move on. And sometimes if you don't see eye to eye, that's totally okay. You just have to maybe the relationship wasn't supposed to be there if you very much disagree on something. So and then lastly, it's always never a good idea to get emotional. Just try to be more logical than emotional when you're negotiating or in a dispute or any heated like negotiation. And yeah, those are my tips of advice for negotiations.